This next story involves me and Patrisse Cullors. You remember Patrisse Cullors? She is the founder of Black Lives Matter, the movement. It's all about Black lives. Put tons of money, donate money to rinse yourself of white guilt. Well, I've been working on a documentary about Patrisse Cullors. I've been wondering, I've been asking, I've been searching for the answer to this question. Black Lives Matter reported to have raised more than $90 million on the back of George Floyd and other Black people that died at the hands of police, as they say. And no one seems to be able to account for the dollars. So I thought I would like to take a look at this. I just want to take you through Patrisse Cullors' real estate empire that she's been building in the background of the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, so she spent $3.2 million on high-end homes between 2016 and 2021 at the peak of the movement. In 2016, she bought a home in Inglewood, California for $510,000. In 2018, she purchased a $590,000 home in South Los Angeles. In January, she purchased a $415,000 custom ranch in Conyers, Georgia, which features a private airplane hangar. That sounds nice. In 2021, she purchased a $1.4 million home in exclusive Los Angeles neighborhood of Topanga Canyon. That's the one that I was at. In 2022, they spent nearly $6 million. This is the organization directly in their donations to purchase a 6,500 square foot California mansion. Patrisse jumped on Instagram as we were recording this, and I was outside of her home, and here is her explaining what took place.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside, and when I looked at the video recording of what she was asking about, she was actually asking about the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation property. And for some reason, seems like she thought my house was that. It's unacceptable and it's dangerous that anybody, any stranger, come outside of my house, but it's really unacceptable and dangerous when Candace Owens, another Black woman who is actually working as a part of a right-wing
Sounds like
agenda.
Patrisse is afraid of Black people. That seems like a little bit of racial profiling, Patrisse. You might want to check that. First and foremost, she's a liar. We know this. It's why I've nicknamed the movement Black Lives Matter. She starts out by saying, I woke up to Candace Owens outside of my house. It was about 10 a.m., Patrisse. You're lazy. And it obviously had no idea she was inside. She contradicts herself when she retells the story. First, she says, Candace demands that I come outside. That never, absolutely never happened. But she's trying to create this imagery of her being afraid and scared and me going, Patrisse Cullors, come outside. She actually was able to work herself up into what I would describe as a histrionic personality disorder, maybe, and made herself cry on Instagram. Take a look.
Y'all, I really need my family to be safe. I need to be safe. I need my child to be safe. And this, what happened this morning is not safety. It's not what I deserve. It's not what any of us deserve.
Yeah, I really need my child to be safe. There's an 8-month pregnant woman outside asking politely if she can speak to somebody. And I don't know why I'm still sleeping and my child's not even here, but I hope that you believe these non-tears that are coming down my face. Here's what actually happened when I showed up at her house. Take a look. I did see some cars that were loaded, so there's definitely somebody home. Hello. I was just looking to speak to whoever is at this property because it's listed as the Black Lives Matter property. Sir? Hello? Are you instructed not to speak to anybody? We're not trying to harass you. We'll gladly leave. We're just wondering if we can speak to anybody. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. So the moral of this saga is that Patrisse Cullors continues to lie. Black Lives Matter continues to lie. And the reason that she's lying and trying to squeeze out these last victim crocodile tears is because she knows the truth is coming. I've been working on this documentary for months to expose Black Lives Matter. It has frustrated me being a person that has always been telling the truth about what they were doing. Obviously, what looked to me to be a money laundering scheme was not exposed, but it seems finally the world is ready to hear the truth. And they can do so when they watch my documentary, which I'm doing with the Daily Wire. And it is going to get so much worse for this organization when people realize just how fraudulent they've been.
Black Lives Matter. And I don't believe, and I'll say so unequivocally, that Black Lives Matter is not an organization that should be leading black people at all.
100%.
I'm saying that they have a right to their political ideology.
Right.
Yeah, they do. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm saying that I wouldn't recommend anybody in my family to follow Black Lives Matter for the simple reason is that their ideology is very, very different to mine.
Yeah.
And so, you know, one of the things that I would point out to you is what was on blacklivesmatter.com.
Right.
And this is what it said. It says, we make our spaces family friendly, enable parents to fully participate with their children. And you say, well, that sounds pretty reasonable. And then I would say to you, but read on. It says, we dismantle the patriarchal practice that requires mothers to work double shifts so that they can mother in private even as they participate in public justice work. Now look, I understand the English language. I even speak a couple of other languages, but this is the English language, and most of this I didn't understand what was said. But what I did concentrate on was them dismantling the patriarchal practice, which means removing the role of the father. They then go on, and then they say, you tell me how this benefits black people, where 73% of mothers who have their children raise them in a single parent home. They said Black Lives Matter, so-called Black Lives Matter, say we disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement. Well, hold on a minute. Then why would I want to be part of you? Because I believe all things being equal, that we should be part of that structure.
What do they mean by a Western prescribed nuclear family structure?
Well, we can go on, and they say by supporting each other as extended families and villages. Now, that sounds, as I said, suspiciously like the old Israeli kibbutz system, which, as I said previously, I'm not sure that works. And certainly it couldn't work for our community, because our community is not set up like that. And this is why I say that leadership is very, very important, because we have abrogated responsibility and allowed other people to come in under the guise of so-called black skin.
That's right.
Yeah, but with a different ideology. So they then reveal who they are. They say, we foster a queer affirming network. Now look, you know me, you know there's no quote unquote homophobia in me. Do what you want to do. Do you understand? I only have a problem when you feel that I should agree with your lifestyle, and I don't. But I say that you have an absolute right to live whatever lifestyle you like. I just don't believe people who foster a queer affirming network are the people that should be leading our movement. Our movement, as black people, has not just come about. Do you understand? This started, the moment the slave ships, the slave ships arrived on that shore of Africa. Do you understand? We are to get ourselves out of this condition. Of course, we can have allegiances, and there is nothing wrong with that. But we need strong black leadership. We need the people like the Olus and the